We're off to Fratton Park, where there's been a red card, but for who, Chris Kamara?
I don't know, Jeff, has there? I must have missed that. It's a red card.
I was getting wet because it was raining heavily. So occasionally I was coming out from my corner to actually stand near the pitch and have a good look at the game, but only occasionally. So I was watching it from afar. And then I got the call that Jeff wanted to speak to me, so I have to turn my back on the game when Jeff's speaking to me. So I stood there for what seemed an eternity with my back to the game, watching this monitor that's that size, I have to say, and occasionally looking over my shoulder. And I actually looked over my shoulder and I saw Anthony Van der Boer going off. There was no commotion from the crowd, there was nothing, no noise or whatever that alerted me to a sending off. Everybody in the area where I was, I didn't have a clue there was a sending off. I got told off for it initially, but since that time, over 2 million people have gone on YouTube to watch it. Incredible. I'm now applauded for it because it's free publicity for Sky. Well, Tomo, it's not going to spoil his looks, is it, if Tomo gets involved in a fight. A fight between them all. I would have said Ian Dowie, but he's a manager now, isn't he? Because Dowie, once again, it wouldn't have spoiled his looks. I'll have to jump off the fence and say Alan Mcinally. Strong as an ox. I actually rang Graham Taylor about Alan Mcinally because all the fans asked me, what about Alan Mcinally? Who did he used to play for? So I said, Graham, strengths and weakness. He said he had the strength of a dray horse. You see, I told you he was tough. He had the movement of a polo horse. He said he could jump like a show jumping horse. So I said, and weaknesses? He said he had the brains of a rocking horse. They need to see their families at some stage, and I think it's going to have to be organised. I think what you're going to have to do is say, what on their days off, be allowed to see their families. Otherwise, you know, they're going to go stir crazy. And it's a different era that we live in now. You know, in the olden days, the 66 boys wouldn't have dreamed of it, wouldn't have wanted their wives anywhere near the situation. But it's a different era now. These people are brought up in a totally different way as to what the old footballer used to be. This is the modern footballer. So they need to see their families, and because it will make them relax. I honestly believe we're going to get to the final. I hope we can win the final because it's a one-off game. But I think this is the best chance we've had for a long time, probably the best chance since we won it in '66. Basically because we've got a lot of very good players this time around. We've got Steven Gerrard and Frank Lampard, and of course the one man himself up front, Wayne Rooney. No more than 4 teams that can actually stop us winning it. I don't think Germany are good enough anymore, so the 4 teams I would say at this moment in time would be Brazil, Argentina, Holland and Spain. We went to Mallorca at the end of the season, Leeds, and all the players were sat opposite the hotel because we used to meet there at 7 o'clock at night before we went to somewhere to eat. And the police car pulled up and Vinnie wasn't there. I was rooming with Vinnie at the time, and one of the lads said, wouldn't it be funny if Vinnie came out of that police car? Sure enough, the 2 policemen got out the front of the car, Vinnie's in the back, handcuffed behind him like that. They get him out, so I'm his room partner, so I think, what am I going to do? So I've run across to the hotel. Anyway, Vinnie's going, can you lend me some money, Cammy? I said, why? He said, because I've got to pay these coppers off, because I had a fight on the beach. What happened was he was having a few beers and 2 fellas came along, spotted that it was Vinnie Jones. I went, oh, you're supposed to be on, aren't you? Anyway, Vinnie sorted them both out. He was the one that was arrested, and I bailed him out. Brown-Eyed Girl by Van Morrison. So I sing that regularly at the Pigalle in London, or used to be in the Pigalle. We now sing at the Café de Paris once a month, so get yourselves down there.